So this was a small part of the jam I record later in this video. But first I'm explaining my live setup, especially like one part of it, the push clip-based part of it, where I play pre-recorded stuff. And yeah, the video I think is more advanced kind of, so if you're a beginner, just stay tuned. I want to make a lot of videos about everything regarding music production and especially playing live. So just stay tuned, and for now have fun with the video. The live setup, I'm gonna probably switch cameras here. Consists of kind of two things, my modular rig and my Ableton Push. The Ableton Push kind of is the, I don't know if I should say the centerpiece, but it's like the thing that holds it all together, because all the audio comes into the push, and then I can show it here. I've got my mastering and my master effects here. I don't know if I need to go in detail, but kind of this is the master channel, and I got some EQing, some compression, whatever for the mastering, and also a master effect where I have a filter, a delay, and a reverb. To get nice drops or bridges or breaks working. For this, the push is really nice because you can use all the stock plugins, and theoretically you could also use Max for Live, which I don't really do at the moment. So there's a lot of opportunities, and you don't need a new module for everything. And also you can get like really clean masters, and you have a lot of opportunities to work with the stock plugins and get like a really high res sound. Also no AD, DA conversions in between, so like everything is in the box once you go into the master. So this is one thing I used to push for. The other thing is kind of as a mixer. Maybe you noticed I have some ADAT cables here going into these modules, and they kind of work as my external sound card for the push. So I can get all my signals, which I have in my modular rack, like the audio signals, into this module, and then there's one digital cable coming out into the push, and that enables me to have my modular kind of voices in the push, and I can use some effects in there, I can do some mixing with them, and also it comes together here in the push, so I can have the mastering and have one audio out here. Yeah, I really like that possibility, and it's also like very, very compact, so you only have this cable. Like when I set up my rig somewhere, I need to plug in these two, and then I have audio from all the rig in the Ableton Push. The other one is kind of the other direction, so I can also take audio or other signals from the push into the modular. At the moment I do it with two signals, only for a clock for Pamela's new workout. And like theoretically I could get some LFOs, get like audio out into the modular, but for now I don't use it that much. But it's also a nice way to get the clock here, because you could also use the clock directly from the Ableton Push, but it's another two cables. Like this, it's all just this cable, and these two are completely connected, which is amazing. So yeah, that's the next thing. So the push does the mastering, it's like my mixer for my external stuff. And the third thing, also very important thing, is my audio clips. Maybe here is a good place to show. So with the modular I improvise a lot, and with the push I play kind of songs that I pre-produced or almost produced like loops I created. I can play them back and use them as stems and maybe play a whole row as a track, like every row is one track. Or I can just pick the hi-hat of this and that track and put it over the improvised stuff. So I can, take the audio clips that I need in the moment and bring them in and out. So that's like the main thing I use the Push for. The other tools are more functionality, and this is more like audio expressive stuff. And the system I use here is I have a column for each kind of instrument. Like these are these. And the first one is kicks. So I have the kick drums of all my tracks here. It's actually a lot that came together. Like I said, most of it is not done. Some of the tracks I produced fully and they are out, but most of it is just sketches. But it's also nice to use the sketches and check out how they work in the live situation. So yeah, that's kind of cool. First row is kicks, then we have snares, claps, then I have 2 percussion rows. I try to make a system like percussion 1 is more bongos and congas and 2 is more toms, but kind of didn't work out. There's just 2 loops. Sometimes I just have it in the 2, sometimes just in the 1, sometimes I got both. I don't know. I just bring them in and see what they do. Sometimes I remember what it is exactly, but mostly I just turn it on, and also I'm surprised myself what is happening. And then I have like the 3 hats, which is close hat, open hat, and ride. I don't know if you call a ride a hat, but I just did. These are mostly in every track I use the 3 or like just 2. And as you maybe noticed, the first page is just the drums. So I have 8 drum channels, and it's nice because Push has 8 columns here. So I can use the page right button to go to the next page. And here I have only my synths plus the vocal. So usually I try to stay like this, so I can always just use this button to switch the 2 sections I have. Because if I start doing like this, you can also change 1 row at a time. But then I do it like this, and I'm like, oh, where's the close hat? It's 1 more. And where's the clap? I need to press 3 times, whatever. It's too crazy to stay in the moment and also do other stuff and also think about that. So I know, okay, 1 page is the drums, so I have 1 look, it's the drums. And I need to go to the synth, so I press this button once and I'm there. Really nice to organize it like this, I would say. Now to the synths. The first row is kind of an acid synth line, but when I go through these, like there's some, but it's not, I didn't use it a lot. I made these for a special set at a party, which was acid themed, so like only acid house, acid techno, acid trance, whatever. I didn't know most of the genres that came after acid techno. So I created these and brought my 303. So I have like the melody saved here for an external synthesizer, and I don't use it that much. So I also have like a synthesizer here, like a digital Ableton Synthi. So I mostly use like inbox synthes, but I could also bring in another one or send it to one of my modular modules. I don't know. Most stuff changes a lot. The pad MIDI channel is kind of outdated from the name. At the moment I use it as like a rating system. So I have 3 colors, and I think 2 weeks ago or something I forgot what system it was. I think the purple one is the worst kind of track. The blue one is kind of mid tracks, and then we got the pink ones. And the pink ones are like premium, that's the good juice. And yeah, I think it was like that. And yeah, it kind of helps me to, because it's a lot of tracks, so I can kind of pre-select, okay, these ones I probably wouldn't play, and these ones I should play, like they are amazing, they just work. So yeah, I kind of use that system. Also, I think I need more systems. I also need better naming for the tracks, because like some B9, A7, like I don't know what's happening there. So yeah, these namings come from the M8 tracker, where these were kind of the row names, like you have 35, 36, 37 here. These were named after hex numbers, so it's B1, A11, whatever. Yeah, but I should get names for them, because like this doesn't really help. Also, I tried to like mark some tracks with another color, so I know this one is kind of special, but I don't know which one it is. Yeah, so back to the instruments. The pad MIDI column, as I said, is mostly for ratings. Then I have accent step, main step. The step naming doesn't really make sense because it's like just synths. I could also call it synth. And also accent and main also doesn't really work out. In the end, it's like synth 1, synth 2. And these are like extra synths. Like the main synth line is always in the lead column. And these two just add into it, are like extra voices for rhythm stuff or whatever. So yeah, synth 1, synth 2. Also I have the bass. Like these are all my bass lines, rolling bass lines, reese bass lines, whatever. Very important. And the lead, kind of also very important. And yeah, so this is the main melody. And then we have pads. So yeah, pad melodies. It's like extra long and soft tones. I really like using them. For this, I'm gonna do this for now. And in the pads, like this is a group, and I have two possibilities. I have like pad audio tracks. Like everything in here is audio tracks, except for this column and the acid synth column. So a pad is consisting of audio tracks, and then here I have for some of them MIDI tracks, like here. And I can send the MIDI to an external synth, like this module here. Yeah, and I choose one of them, and then it gets sent to the group bus. So I just check for the group, and also I just press this one. I have an extra possibility to change if I want to play the audio or the MIDI. I have this on my MIDI controller, so I just turn like this. So it will play this module, like live melodies, like live MIDI sequence is sent to the module, and I can play the synth live. And if I do like this, it's the audio clip. So they just get muted depending on where this button is. Yeah, last column, let me get to this. It's the vocal loops. So these are all my vocals. As you see, like a lot of tracks don't have one. A lot of them have one. Yeah, it's just vocal. In the end, everything is just an audio loop. And I just throw them in this Ableton document. Yeah, here it gets kind of chaotic. The Digitech 2 column is outdated. I don't even know what the MIDI column is for. The drum racker is kind of for yeah, it's just a drum rack, and I can trigger it here. But I started to yeah, what's the English word? I started to change them to the module sound, so this one is also getting outdated by the time. These two just don't mind them. And here I have the audio inputs of all my modules, as I told before, that come over the ADAT cable. And yeah, so it's 4 channels. This one is kind of combined. The pad channel is coming to the pad in the some columns earlier. Here's the master recorder, which records the Ableton audio at the moment. So there I record the sets, and yeah, I don't know. The other ones just don't mind them. It's like outdated stuff. And here also very important are my return channels. So these are effects I can send from every column that you just saw. I can send an audio copy to one of these effects. The first one is a long haul, so a reverb. Second one is a delay. C was for a module that I don't use anymore. I don't know why I don't delete it, but yeah. And the D is a short reverb. I like to have 2 reverb options. This one is really tailing out long, and this one is just like very short. So yeah, this is kind of the Ableton project. Where did I get out of this? Like this. Yeah, 8 audio channels for drums, 8 audio channels for synthes, or synths, and some more utility, mostly the inputs of the modular. These are all the columns, and I try to jam a little bit with some of it. Yeah, maybe this one is good. So I can show you like what they do, how I use them. Yeah, another very important thing is my MIDI controller. This one is kind of ripped apart. I'm getting a new one, but it works. It kind of works. Like these don't respond anymore. I think this one also is broken. Yeah, but what I use the MIDI controller for is controlling like the audio stuff that I'm playing with the push mostly. Like some is also the master effect, but for the drums I don't have like any special functions. But for all the synths, I have a filter, and I can use this to move the filter of the bass line, for example. So I can bring the bass line in slowly, bring it out. Same for the leads. Where's the filter? Like here. Same for the pads, whatever. Like every one of them has a filter, and I have one knob according to it. So this is very important, so I can manipulate the audio tracks, and they are not like static, just on and off. So like this, I can get some movement in there. I can do some storytelling of bringing the elements in and out. Yeah, very important. So when I fiddle around here, you know what I do. Also, I think this one, because they are broken, I changed it a lot, so I need to orientate. I need to get into it again. So yeah, this is the master effects, low cut, and the delay. So yeah, let me jam out a little bit. Headphones. Oh, there's some nasty noise in here. Gonna turn off the modular sounds because they make a lot of noise. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. It's gonna be fucking loud anyways. Okay, so normally if I would start a set, I would start with the bass line because it's a good entrance point. I would check where the one is and then just start it. noise. So yeah, I bring the bass line in with the filter, as I just told you. Kind of try to get in the feeling of the groove. And then bring the next element in, which is the percussion. I have the feeling it's a little bit loud, so I bring it down. Also, it's very fast because I made some techno. I'm gonna also slow it down for this one. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, so they do a little build up and bring in the kick drum. That's how it works. And I just bring in the next element and the next element. And here comes the pad. So now it's time for the transition to the next track. So I kind of bring out every element again that I brought in before, and I choose the next lanes. I try to hit the one of the loops. Next kick, it's a breakbeat kick, and maybe like this. And maybe also the next hi-hat. The elements which I don't really hear anymore, just to be sure that I don't make a mistake. Now always the challenge when to bring out the bass, how to bring out the bass. Mostly I do it like this. But yeah, it's a big break usually. And new bass. Bring it out to the last element of the old track. Maybe it was a little bit too fast. And I bring in the lead of the next track. everything out again. So yeah, this is how you jam some audio tracks with a MIDI controller. I just noticed that I forgot to mention that I have some audio mutes for the drums here. So you see when I turn this past 12 o'clock, it unmutes the clap. It doesn't work for the kick because this one is broken, so I always have to do it here. But here I can mute and unmute my audio tracks. Like, I don't know, this MIDI controller is not the best solution, but it works for now. And yeah, this is like the Ableton setup. I think I'm gonna do a break, maybe also do it in 2 parts, and then talk about the modular and the impro side of things. But yeah, this is everything about the pre-built live setup. I hope you enjoyed it and you enjoyed the jam. I really liked how chill the vibes were, because normally this track is supposed to be faster, but it also worked kind of good on this tempo. So yeah. Okay, so that was the video about the push part of the live set. And yeah, I'm almost done editing it, and I also noticed like there were a lot of topics where I could have said a lot more about everything, like MIDI setup, transitions, maybe mixing, maybe composition, I don't know. So yeah, I'm also hyped to make some more videos about all those topics. But for now, I'm gonna work on the second half of this live setup guide, whatever thing, which is the modular setup where I improvise a little more. And yeah, when I work on that, you can maybe check out a jam or a set of mine, which you can also find on YouTube, or I don't know, somewhere here maybe. I don't know how this works still. Okay, bye bye.